How's it going, everybody? Welcome back to the channel, and thank you again, as always, for clicking on yet another one of my videos. It really does mean the world to me, especially today, because honestly, after the last video, I wasn't planning on filming until tomorrow, when I leave for the first camping trip of the season here on Van Life Plus. But being creative has always been my, I shouldn't say always, but for the longest time, being creative has been my outlet for frustrations or stress or whatever. I mean, just if you missed the last video, make sure you're subscribed and you got notifications turned on. Please hit that like button. Also, if you think you're subscribed, maybe double check. In the past, there has been all sorts of shenanigans where people have thought they were subscribed and then they check and turns out they're not. Don't know why, just seems to happen. But I was dealing with a lot of that stuff in that video in a very positive way. But then last night, I was getting my last sleep at the campground, and I knew I was heading back into Calgary today. And I don't think I've ever talked about this here on the channel because I don't really know the specifics of it or even if it's that interesting to anybody. But for the last, I don't know, I want to say 10 or 20 years, I've had this thing that can happen when I'm sleeping. Well, more so when I'm waking up. Not that. Everybody just calm down. And it has to do with my eyes. What happens is every now and then I will wake up either in the morning or in the middle of the night, and I don't know what causes it. I don't know if it's opening my eye too fast and it's sleep getting in there. You know, like, excuse me. When I say sleep, I mean like those crusties that you get in our corners of our eyes and stuff. Talking about crusty eyes and somebody drives by. It's just my life. Anyways, I should stop getting off track. I don't know what causes it, but ultimately what happens is it feels like there's something lodged in my eye, like between my actual eye and my eyelid, and it's like the best way to describe it is like a crumb, right? Like the tiniest little bread crumb or toast crumb, more specifically, because bread in my brain is nice and soft, although pressed up against your eye, I don't know how soft it would actually feel, but I've always described it as a crumb-like feeling. And it gets in your eye, and it's like you want to rub it to try to get it out or flush your eye out or whatever. And unfortunately for me, and I believe this happens to my mom as well, there's no real solution to it other than just time. And it's very frustrating, and it can get quite painful. And it used to happen a lot more frequently in the past. Thank goodness it's gotten more and more rare. And actually, it happened last night, and it's been so long since the last time it happened. I was actually taken by surprise. And I guess I'm just a big baby because it put me into a full-on panic mode almost. I woke up suddenly. It was like 3:30 in the morning. It felt, I must have been dreaming because it felt like something had fallen into my eye. And that's when I woke up suddenly. My eyes ripped open, and immediately you feel that pain right in your eye. And I say pain, but it's not like intolerable pain, but it's a scratchy annoyance. And it's the kind of annoyance that I feel could drive a man insane. And that's what I slowly started to feel last night when this was all happening. Well, they were just coming down to use the washroom. I was in the van. I knew I was at the campground, and I was trying to collect my thoughts. I was probably in a little bit of a delusionary state or whatever, or a delirium, I suppose you could even say. Trying to remind myself where I was, remind myself that it was the middle of the night. I was struggling to grab my phone and look, and I'm trying, my eye was all, I didn't want to quite open it, but at the same time, I was trying to rip it open and get that out, and I was feeling my heart rate increase, and I was just like, this is it. This is how I'm going to go. It's like, that's how bad it got. It's just a little nuisance in my eye, but it became so stressful. I think it all has to do with I'm exhausted. It's the middle of the night. There's no one else around really that I could call for help if anything happened. Not that anything was going to happen, but this is the way my brain was operating for whatever reason then. It got to the point, it got so bad that I had to open up the side door of Lucky just into the campground. It was pitch black outside. The only stuff I could see was what was illuminated from Lucky's light. And I'm just trying to get some fresh air on my eye. That didn't do too much other than give me fresh air, which I'm sure was a good thing. Then I grabbed my little Yeti mug. I filled it up with water. I grabbed my bowl because even in this panicked state, I didn't want to make a mess in the van, so go figure. But I put the bowl on the floor. I had the cup full of water, and I was holding my eye open. I'm trying to pour water in my eye. And I know that it's all for naught. Because none of that is actually going to solve this problem. Never has in the past. But you get this feeling happening to your body, and you just want to do everything you can to make it stop. And I don't know why, but it gave me this like terrified feeling. It really sucked. It's not the end of the world or anything. It was just like, man, it was just the rudest awakening, literally. I was reminded after all of those attempts with the fresh air and the water and everything else that I had success in the past by just taking like some Tylenol or Advil and going back to sleep and just letting the time calm the eye down or whatever it is. Because I truly believe there's not actually anything in my eye. There is no physical object that is lodged in my eye because this happens so consistently, right? It definitely wasn't dirty eyes because I had just had a shower the night before, or that night actually, yesterday when I was at Lindsay's house for taco night. Gave myself a nice face scrub, but it happens. I guess it's just part of my life. It's some sort of condition, right? And it's super painful, super frustrating. I was able to get back into bed, thank goodness, but I could feel my heart racing super fast. I don't know, just not so much of scared what was going to happen anymore, but just the fact that it hurt. And it was just taking me to that next level of frustration where I knew I needed to calm down. I knew I needed to get some sleep because I'd only been asleep for like 3 or 4 hours at that point. And I needed to get my heart rate under control. So thank God I was able to. Unfortunately, there was a lot of tossing and turning back and forth. And then the kicker of the situation is that every time that happens, without fail, the next day, so today, for those that are not following along, the eye that it happens to basically is blurry for 24 hours. Not like insanely blurry, but I look at a sign over there. Like my vision's already bad to begin with. But yeah, if I close this eye, crystal clear, close this one, it's not the best. And it's just frustrating at that point. Even now, it feels a little scratchy. Anyway, that's just a thing that I deal with. I don't think I've ever talked about it. Maybe somebody out there experiences the same thing and can give me some suggestions, although I do understand that putting stuff out there into the comments section when it comes to your health and whatnot is usually a loaded gun in terms of what you get back. But either way, the bottom line was when I woke up after having dealt with that and had those feelings last night of just utter craziness as far as I'm concerned. I wanted to calm myself down, center myself, and the best way for me to do that is to be creative and turn my camera on and make another vlog. So, have my yogurt. I got my Revita. Today is blackberry apple pear, and it's decent. The blackberry is very overwhelming. I'm wondering if that's because it's, green tea versus black tea and whatnot. Could be. And now it's going to be time to haul ass back into the city. Like I said, we're off on that camping trip tomorrow in the afternoon. I got stuff to do tomorrow as well. So maybe we'll get a little bit of grocery shopping done today. We'll see. I would also I wouldn't love it because it's going to cost money, but I need to get Grace a tire rotation. So that may be a return to a Mr. Lube shop because as much as they try to upsell you on fluids, as I discussed in a recent video, when it comes to rotating your tires, there's really not much they can do. So I think that's the plan. Penny, I hear you back here. You want to come see? Oh, where'd you go? Come here. Oh, and she's up on the dash. Some people's kids. Well, thanks for listening to me ramble. I greatly appreciate it. Let's see what we can make of this day. And as per the title card, I've had my eye on something for a while, but we'll get there. As usual, I'm getting ahead of myself. Okay, and let's turn off the inverter. Don't need Starlink anymore. All the uploading we needed to do is done. Hello, Penny. Gonna give you some protection, my dear. There we go. Okay, and oh yeah, forgot. Gonna have to stop at the bus, so let's not forget keys. But I'm getting ahead of myself. Welcome back to the city. Okay, got just under 4 hours to get all of this running around done that I want to do. And now that I remember that I got to stop at the bus, it's a little bit more than I was planning for. But let's get over to Mr. Lube first and foremost and see if they can get us in. So we got to sit there and wait. It's not the best either. Plus I got to figure out, I never remember, hang on, before we take off, I never remember the rotation. Is it rearward cross? I remember it's not just a simple matter of rotating the tires. Hang on. Tire, rotation, 422. Because a lot of these places, they like to include the spare tire into the rotation, and I've never done that on Grace. I didn't want the spare tire getting worn down. So here we go, tire rotation, rearward cross. Yes, so 2 back tires come forward, and the 2 front tires cross diagonally to the back. And we're gonna need to make sure we have our little lug nut lock thingy. Excellent. Cal Tire, the last time I took her in for a tire rotation, was kind enough to give me a little bright orange pouch, so we never lose it. Given enough time, I bet even I could. Okay, Mr. Lube, tally freaking ho. Every time we tow a long distance, never happens in the city, but long distance on the highway, so obviously speed has something to do with it, I would assume. Grace's tire pressure monitoring system gets thrown out of whack. Let's see how long it takes it to get its poop in a group. I guess it would help if I had my seatbelt on. Clear that message off. There we go. Tire pressure unavailable. Do it, Grace. There's 1. There's 2. You can do it. 2 can do it. Put your back into it. 3. And let's go. Onwards to glory. I'm actually really kicking myself right now because I remember that when I was at Mr. Lube the last time with Lucky, I put in the back of my brain, I was like, oh yeah, I need to take Grace in for a tire rotation as well. And then, you know how I talked myself out of it? I said, I'm going to be out at a campground. I will do it myself with the spare tire and the jack. I did not do that, clearly, but it would have saved me some money. Although, in retrospect, looking back, the site that I had was very yuck. So I probably wouldn't want to be crawling around on the ground swapping tires anyway. But it's more than feasible. I did it on Lucky back in the day. Doesn't look too busy. There's nobody in line, so that's good. It's nice enough weather. Oh no, there's lots of room in here. Look at them go. Let's see where they pull me. I know some of these locations have specific bays where they like to do tires. Maybe this one's not one that gives a shit. Here we go. Let's find out. Pulling into Bay 3. Yes, we are, sir. And hey, man. Just a tire rotation.
Tire rotation?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oil's good. It was just here not too long ago.
Right.
Thanks, man.
Can I get your tire, your license plate?
Yeah, for sure.
Here, roll it up. You want us to balance them for you?
No, they're okay. Thanks, man.
What's your current mileage?
47,671.
671.
Okay. Sounds good?
And you don't want us to double check anything under the hood?
No, she's good. Just the tires. Thanks, man.
Okay, no worries.
Can we just make sure we do a rearward cross?
Yeah, like the X, yeah.
So, no. Just the rears come straight forward, and then the fronts go like this. Just the fronts go to the back and swap. But the rear ones just come straight forward.
So these ones here?
Yep.
Those ones there? But these ones you want to rotate.
The front ones rotate. Yeah.
And the back just
Straight up, yeah.
Okay.
If you want me to, if you don't want to, I'll
Typical me fashion, we've been inside for 5 minutes. I'm already overheating. Quality content, quality content. Hey! I do have a Dixon with me, a Dixon flannel. And a Dixon hoodie now.
Alright, y'all good to go? Here's the keys.
Thanks, man.
There you go. Take care.
Appreciate it. You too. Have a good day, guys. All right, so that is done. Feel much better about that. It's one of those things that's a little bit harder to keep track of when you tow the Jeep around as often as I do, right? Because you're putting way more wear and tear on the tires than you normally would be. Because honestly, you could just do a tire rotation every time you do an oil change, but I technically should be rotating my tires way more frequently. This time got away on me. Why are my hazards on? So we'll try to not let that happen anymore. But yeah, with the camping trip coming up and then the trip to BC coming up, I definitely wanted to have the tires. Saying this all out loud now too, I'm gonna have to get Lucky's tires changed soon. Get her summer tires put back on. Stupid Wrangler Duratrax. All right, now over to Big Fella. There he is. How you doing, sir? So yeah, quick stop here because there's still a bunch of stuff in the bus, and fingers crossed, when I am filming this, the plan is that the bus will be sold in 3 days' time. And I was looking at it and I'm like, well, I know I've got stuff in the bus, such as Pac-Man, as well as another light bar from Lindsay, and oh gosh, my old crossbars from Lucky, which I never got around to dismantling the other day when Amber and I were down in Fish Creek Park. So that's going to have to get done, but it's not getting done right now. This is very much a future Matthew problem. However, this is the situation that I was staring at. I'm like, if I don't do this now, then I'm going to have to rush back from camping on Sunday, and I'm going to have to load up all of this stuff into Lucky while towing Grace, hopefully sell the bus, but then the house, the tiny home on wheels, otherwise known as the good ship Lucky, it's going to be chock full of all this stuff. And then at that point, I would have to drive out to Lindsay's with the whole rig, or find a place to drop Grace, then come back and get her, and drop the stuff in the garage, and blah, blah, blah. It just seems like it's a smarter move to do this now so that it is out of the way. I would much rather come back from camping, come to Big Fella, have a nice smooth transaction, and not have to worry about hauling a bunch of stuff out of here. So that's what we're doing. Pac-Man, crossbars, light bar. And the reason Pac-Man's not been riding around with me is because I got the fire pit and the propane tank in Grace. We've got so much stuff and no room to put it right now. Wow. A lot of people out ripping their giant motors. While we're here, we will run Big Fella for a while as well, because he does have a sickly engine battery. Oh, no beep this time. Excellent. Maybe it just was the cold weather tormenting the battery. All right, well, you idle for a bit, get everything charged up, and we're going to schlep all this stuff into the Irish Pirate Queen. To make that a little easier on ourselves, I pulled Grace too far forward to go straight from Big Fella's side door into Grace. So there, that should be a little bit better. Let's see what we can do here. Yikes. Grace and Big Fella are getting awfully close with each other. All right, so move all this stuff to the front seat for now. It'll just be easier to have it all in the back seat. Oh, uh-oh, it's not easier for you. Not if I'm smacking you around like that. Peppa Pig.
No!
Okay, Brooklyn stuff over there. All right, got a nice, fairly clean spot here. This will probably be perfect for Pac-Man. Let's start there. My goodness, let's maybe... Ah, there you go. Grace, hold big fella's door open. Oh my God, nice and light. Also won't need Pac-Man on these camping trips. Like I didn't need it when the one I was just on because I had shore power. And where were we? We are where we are going, there's shore power as well. It's too early in the year to not be camping with shore power, especially for Lindsay when they are in their when they're in their tent. All right, light bar, which I'm debating putting on Lucky at some point. Right, one. Oh God! Oh, bloody bus! Come on. Well, that's not going to work. Crossbars are going to have to go to the passenger seat like that. There we go. There's one more in here. And of course, the infamous bucket. We've been doing just fine without you though, sir. No offense. All right, duck underneath the damn door. My goodness. All right. This is what we have to do. Gonna carefully cross here, tuck it in. Perfect. Don't forget your shitter. I didn't like it when it came with Ian's. I'm sure the buyer won't like it if it came with mine. There we go. All right, load it up. Let's get the heck out of here. Okay, there are also a few more items in there that I missed. Oh, getting a phone call. Are we all loaded up? We got plenty of time. Tally freaking ho, and away we go. Hello, how's it going? We have arrived. Oh, these things are so jank. Come here, you. Got him. Hello, Pedro. How are you? Oh my goodness, those need to be dealt with sooner rather than later. Lucky's future illumination. Hello, EcoFlow Wave 2. Been enjoying your winter rest? All right, Pac-Man. This looks like a good spot for you, sir. Temporarily, of course. This is normally where the fire pit and propane tank live. There's some quality content for you. All right, that is done. We are ahead of the curve. Lots of time before we got to get to Pirate Princess. And now I'm going to carpe diem that free time and rip over to Video Game Trader because there's another objective in the quest that I have been sort of putting off for a while, but we'll see if it's still there. I told myself if it was still there when I came back from camping, I would nab it, see if the universe is on my side or if it's effing with me. All the VIP spots are taken. We're gonna go down here. We don't mind putting one foot in front of the other. Okay, moment of truth. Because if you can't keep promises to yourself, who can you keep them to? So that's cool. Shadowgate 64. This is a game I never played back when it was like new or when I was really in the thick of playing the N64 when I was younger. Didn't grab me, didn't appeal to me. I wasn't into what I thought was RPGs very much back then. Turns out that's not what this is. And this game was actually recommended to me by one of you incredible people. Apparently it's one of their favorite games on the Nintendo 64. And I did a little bit of research on the game, and it turns out it's like a first-person puzzle-solving game, apparently, with some pretty obscure solutions to some of the puzzles. One review I watched said that it was nigh on impossible for him and his brother to figure it out without using a guide on the internet. So that's intriguing. It's definitely not a game I would have been interested in back then, so I was definitely making the right call for myself in the past. But present Matthew is looking forward to giving this a shot, for sure. And I was actually hesitating on this for a while, and that's why I put it off. Because the store is awesome. I love the guys down here, and the fact that they've got such a wide selection of games is very cool. What I have noticed on some of these items, they do tend to overprice them just a little bit. I've shown off a website where you can check stuff like that in the past, in previous videos. And this one, unfortunately, it was overpriced in the sense that there's no instruction manual in here, right? So I was just like, forget it. I'm not going to pay that price for that game if it's not complete in-box or CIB, right? But I forgot that you create accounts at the store and you rack up discounts. And so I had a discount, so I decided to use it for this, so I didn't have to pay that asking price. I'm going to continue to convince myself that in the long run, I got a steal of a deal, and that's just the way it is. Plus, I think it'll be fun to play with the community. So, check another one off the list for the quest. We got Shadowgate 64, Trials of the Four Towers. And if you are interested in watching me struggle through this, make sure you're following me over on my second channel, Triple 64, and maybe we will live stream this. I could be wrong. I am getting old. I'm pretty sure it was Guerrilla Gold Hunters who suggested this game. And if that is the case, thank you very much, sir. And if it's not the case, thank you to whoever it was, and my apologies for not remembering, but I think that's who it was, so very cool. All right, back to the good ship Lucky. Do a little unwinding, and just probably put some food in my face hole before I got to get that Pirate Princess. Actually, you know what? I'm not going to get to any of the grocery shopping for camping today. Well, I'm going to get to some of it, obviously. This is why I just pushed the record button, because I'm swinging into the parking lot here next to the Upa store. No mail today, but I'm going to rip down to M&M Meats, and I'm sadly out of my buffalo chicken dip because I'm a savage, and it does not last long once it's in the good ship Lucky. But also, I'm pretty sure they have hot dogs, so we can't go first camping trip of the season camping without hot dogs. At least I think they do. I'm pretty sure I've seen them. It'd be wild if they didn't. It's meat. It's a meat shop. That logic checks out, right? Oh. Let them go first. Actually, we can continue to get our steps in. We will come over here to this one. Hello! Right next to the Corolla. All right, Grace, you behave yourself. Oh. Oh, of course they do. They actually have a nice selection. There's 3 different things you can choose from. Basic Frankfurters, Oktoberfest-style sausages, and then mild Italian sausage. So, obviously got to try all 3, but for now, I just went with the berry. I did not go with berry shit. I went with basic Frankfurters. $20, but holy Dinah, this is hefty. It is, what, 1 whole kilogram with 18 hot dogs in them. So that's cool. They're frozen, so no, that's perfect. I mean, obviously they're frozen. Everything from there is frozen. Well, almost everything. These chips aren't. Had to re-up the chips, obviously to buffalo chicken dip. And because they were so damn good, I got another bag of those grilled mini potatoes, because I'm sure I will find a time to eat them on this camping trip. All right, restock there. And then all I need to do now, realistically, for the rest of the groceries for this camping trip is a quick trip to Superstore, because I'm making dinner for everybody on the Saturday night, and just make sure you're subscribed and you have notifications turned on. We'll get to all of that in the future. Ooh, I misspoke. I figured I'm here, I might as well stop in. They're so busy right now, they don't often have the time to get off the alert email for me, so since I was here, I figured I'd stop in and say hi. I actually just had a great conversation with Akshay and the other guy here, and there was a package for me. So, let's see what happened. Ooh, look at the way that easy open tab just peeled off the holy shit. Well, Annie just sent us even more gift cards for M&M Meats. Girl. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. You're so very kind. She sent me M&M Meats and A&W. Well, is it an A&W evening tonight? It might be now. Thank you very much, Annie. I appreciate the continued support. I hope you're doing well out there, and I hope your recovery is going swimmingly. Okay, now it is time to get all this stuff put into the good ship Lucky and get on with our afternoon. Don't press the button. Grace is still running. It would have been awkward. She would have turned off, and then we had to turn her back on, and it's just a whole damn thing. Coming back. It's funny with the tires getting rotated. They're a little grindy. Well, grindy's not the right word, but you can feel the difference. I waited too long. Shadowgate, Chippets, and a bunch of stuff for the freezer. Do we even have room in the freezer right now? We're gonna make room. Frankfurters, hello. Get in there. Oh, but now there's no room for the buffalo chicken dip. Nope. All right, well, a hot dog is a hot dog is a hot dog. We do not need a box for the instructions, unless, of course, they're not in a bag. Of course they are. Look at that. They're all individually wrapped for my protection. Get rid of that box. Put the buffalo chicken dip in here. And then, Kobe. Hey, Penny. How you doing? So, are there chips in your way? You looking for some treats? Yeah, do you want some treats? Yeah, I'll hook you up. I'll hook you up. Boop. Hi. Give me 1 second, okay? Boop. We're coming in hot, little girl. Is that what you want? Is that the good stuff? There you go. Oh, I see our pajama pants and a pair of socks absconded with themselves. Fell out of the overhead over here, eh? Need one more? One more? Darling. Oh, you're a good kitty. Oh, you're a good girl. You're such a good kitty. You eat those treats so well. Mwah. Ridiculous. Hey. Hi. Hi. Mwah. I need to say thank you. You're welcome. Oof. Staticky. It's in a moment like this where I'm wondering, I was just out camping, out in the wilderness, not in the big city. So why oh why did I wait until now to clean Penny's dump box? I was clearly distracted with all the relaxing I was doing. Actually, now that we're here too, I should probably top it up a little bit. Oh, which means back here to Grace's boot and the overstocked kitty litter. Or, in our case, if you're just joining us, the overstocked wood pellets. Ooh, we're getting close to needing a refill. That's one reason I love this stuff, though. It's like $8 for a 40-pound bag of these hardwood pellets of Canadian Tire. Hands down the best litter I've ever used. And it lasts for, I don't know, man, 3.5 months maybe. That clay litter is a shitty ripoff. Still kind of breezy out here, Penny. Here. Nice, clean bathroom for you, darling. And fresh. Not just clean, but fresh. Watch ahead. Good girl. Now we can hunker down for the evening. Who put a window blocker there? Oh, I'm already missing being out in the bush. That's okay though. One night in the city and then off, not to the bush, but camping. Oh, it's almost right on time. There are strange things done in the midnight sun by the men who moil for gold. The Arctic trails have their secret tales that would make your blood run cold. Talk of your cold through the parka's fold, it stabbed like a driven nail. If our eyes we'd close, then the lashes froze till sometimes we couldn't see. I still very rarely have the window blockers off at sunset. That's cool. Oh, little girl's asleep. This scumbag van lifer needs a little bit of a shower. Well, the best we can do. Anyway. Duke Cannon for the win. Oh. Ice just finished. Now we can enjoy a beverage and just unwind in our tiny home on wheels, which is really, at the end of the day, let's get serious, a fort I built and live in. I think I'll even pamper myself tonight and use 2 of these. It's not so bad. There's something very comforting in the fact of being able to take solace and solitude in something that you've built. You can do that anywhere. That's for damn sure. You can make anything a home. Well, that's probably enough of this, eh? Like I said, it was an impromptu filming day. Thank you very much for listening to me ramble on about my epic mishap with my eyeball. Oh, I was actually able to talk to my mom on the phone this evening as well, and she gave me a lot of the in agreeance. She knows it sucks. It is what it is, but I live to tell the story another day, which is always a good thing. So yeah, I'm gonna leave this one here. I'm gonna hunker down, get the window blockers up, relax, scrub a pit or two, and that'll be my day. Very excited for tomorrow. Very, very excited for getting the camping season officially started. Again, make sure you're subscribed, you got notifications turned on. I absolutely adore having all of you come along on these adventures with me, and I'd greatly miss it if you weren't there. Until then, though, just go out there, be happy, be creative, be yourselves. Most importantly, be positive. But remember, you can't make everybody happy because you're not tacos. Cheers. Wait. We can't end the video yet. We don't even know if the bloody game works. Although, to be fair, any game that I purchased from an actual Sticks and Bricks retail store has worked. But since this was a suggestion from a subscriber, where's the gorilla gold hunter? Oh. Where's the gorilla gold hunter? I don't know yet. Okay. Got that. Let's put this up here. Slide this bad boy out. I did check the cartridge in the store. So I know the cartridge itself looks good. Come on. Why do I attempt to do so many things with one hand? It's just silly business. Come here. There we go. There she is. Turn on the TV. Ooh, look at that. The label on the cartridge looks way better than the label on the box, which I guess is just a box at the end of the day. Okay. Is there a sticker on the back? I mean, aside from the information sticker? There is, but... All right. Game in. Input change. And let's see. Shadowgate 64. Trials of the Four Towers. The HDMI is not plugged in. This has been happening a lot more since I started doing streaming and capturing and all the other things. Bear with me. Experiencing some minor technical difficulties. Hello. You come out. You go in. I know, Penny. It's just crazy. There we go. Take two. Hey! Oh, we need a controller pack for this game. That's all right. We're slowly collecting them. But it looks like it's working. There we go. I'm actually quite excited to try this game. But I will restrain myself for now. Make sure you're following me over on 64. Link in the description below. Title screen is taking a long time. It's just stuck on the logo. That's not great. Hang on. Did I just put bad juju out into the universe? Saying that I've never had a game from a game store not work? Controller pack not found. Turn off the power. Insert the controller pack, then turn on the power. Press start to continue without saving. Start. Brings me back here. Hey, there we go. That was a weird little glitchy glitch. Hopefully it doesn't do that live. Whoa, that guy looks so angry and evil. The world spins and time moves on, and we will see you in the next one.